Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. I'm Renata Kalniūnienė, Marketing Project Manager at Softneta. We are planning to host at least 3 webinars per year and present newest features of MedDream and our products. Also, this webinar is going to be recorded, and after the session, video recording is going to be sent to all of you. So you can see the agenda of our webinar. Vytautas Baublys is going to host a webinar and represent newest features of MedDream, also short review of previous release of MedDream. And in the end of webinar, we are going to have a question and answer session. So I'm going to read questions and Vytautas is going to answer. Please, during all the webinar, write your questions in the chat section. I will collect all the questions and read in the end of webinar. So Vytautas, I think you could start.
Thank you, Renata, for introduction. So shortly also give more information about these 3 webinars which we will do during the next year. So we expect to do first webinar just before or just after ECR in Vienna. Next one will be the same time at the end of the summer, and the final will be after RSNA, so on December. So this year we will have also another one webinar on December. So also please join on this webinar because I believe great news will be showed also just after RSNA, because our main features we expect to deliver till the RSNA show. So I believe many news will be on December. But let's stop on today's topics. So as you see, we still will renew some information about 7.7 version, which I did in the past webinar. I still believe that many features is still not well recognized and need to be still presented to give possibility for our partners use them, because from these partners which using them, we're getting very good response, and we like to share it with you. Another new field where we are strongly working this year is artificial intelligence. Companies integrating their products in our viewport, giving possibility for our partners to negotiate with them directly and use these artificial companies for your business. Another topic, new features to be released. So it's a little bit like small window to the next release. In today's topics, we will see all features which we confirmed for the next version. So it means it's unavoidably they will be presented in our next release. So I believe this will give you some time to prepare and think how you can use these features, because this is a huge features, and I believe they really for some of you it could be really big change. So the new integration types, how you could use MedDream. This is also very interesting topic. And also the short-term roadmap. So it means where is our focus in short-term located. And of course, one of the most important topics is our discussion. So we hope good questions. I know that already exist very good questions, and some questions will be answered during our presentation. Some of them will be discussed later. So I hope good discussion, because I see many names which I know. So believe you could ask good questions. And after our webinar, you will receive my presentation plus the video recording. And of course, our emails is always ready to answer to any additional questions which comes after some time, maybe when you try some features and understand that some topics need to be more discussed. So let's start our presentation. A little bit about our previous version, which was really important version, because this version, it was focused on the improving performance of our product. This was a huge work done by our team, and we have significant improvements in various scenarios, up to 50%. So this was also very important. That's why we also focusing on 7.7 version, because this is really important for partners which was struggling with some performance, especially if we speak CT, MRI, PET studies. So this version really focused to improve the performance in this field. So please take a look on this version, check it, and if you don't see any improvements, you need to contact our integration team, check maybe you don't use some services which would speed up your systems. Another very nice feature also which is related to performance is a silent preload function. The silent preload function was created by collaboration with doctors. So it's automatically preload whole series. If you trying to open it in viewport, this on the fast internet, it's giving tremendous result. It seems like you're working with workstation where everything preloaded. And nice part of it, but the silent preload gives possibility to preload only these series which you are trying to investigate and not preloading other series. So this gives also some bandwidth optimization. Yeah, also because of this improvement in the performance, we was able to really upgrade sync windowing and also simultaneous scrolling features, which allowed to increase performance and no latency anymore when you using these features with silent preload option. So this gives also very nice outputs. Also, we worked on the report because some of our users still using our reporting system, which is a basic feature, and we had some complaints. So these complaints was reflected on the user experience improvement. Also, the live share was really upgraded in 7.7 version, and the live share upgrade will be continued in 7.8 version. Also, we had a first advanced MPR function release on 7.7 version on our end user rendering engine. This is a really huge thing for our partners because we expect later on you will see in our presentation that this MPR function will be significantly upgraded in the next version and will be able to replace our 3D modeler in short term. This is really big news because we will not charge additionally for our missed MPR function, at least for the few years. So this gives really significant reduction of the cost of the system if you need just advanced MPR function. So now we will scroll faster through these features of 7.7. So first also our feature which is significantly upgraded performance, we reduced the number of icons which is showed into the mail bar to 1, and this icon contains a number of slices which is in that series. So this gives us possibility, especially on the slow bandwidth, to improve the first opening and image appearance, and doctors could select the series which is of interest and optimize the loading speed. Of course, you still have possibility to roll out to the old way of presentation where you can have hundreds of thumbnails located in each series. Still, for these clients which don't like this new modified viewport, you could switch back. But our recommendation, try this one icon style, give us comments from your clients, because we see significant opportunities in future, especially with artificial intelligence. As you see, you could immediately see studies or series which is already processed by AI, because it automatically shows what comments exist, and you don't need to search in images like in previous version with hundreds of thumbnails. You needed to find the correct thumbnail. So this plus you're getting more information in one window, because these one icons take less space on the to-mail bar, and more series could be presented in the to-mail bar. So if we speak about the reporting session, so yes, this is some buttons was added and also some design created, like download button added. So this is not significant changes, but this changes was aggregated from many suggestions and implemented, and we believe and get some feedback already, but this is really helping to use our reporting system more intuitive and gives better satisfaction from clients. This is active series preload. As you see, we implemented new button under the scroll icon. If you activate this button, so then you drag and drop the image from the series, this automatically generates preload of the series. This is, as I said, and while preloading, you still could work and scroll the series, and the preloaded part will be processed immediately, and you still could also go to the places which is still not preloaded and work on it. But this is giving very, very positive feedback, and most of our clients which is already understand this feature switching to work in this fashion by using active series preload. This really gives a performance increase. Simultaneous scrolling different series. In the past, we had some problems when we did automated or manual scrolling of different series, and it was problem, but not all. It was possibility only scroll in one series. So now you could select different series, combine them, and use the manual or auto simultaneous scrolling. Plus, it's no latency anymore. So you could, if you use the silent preload function, so this works automatically with no latency, and you feel like you're working on workstation, and you could scroll simultaneously to series, see the same places, and have better satisfaction. This is also a new feature, sync windowing. Only one limitation, of course, but you can do it in one series. You're still not able to propagate it between series. But if you're in one series and you like to sync several images, this is very well work on the X-ray images, because most of them is located in one series. So you could propagate the windowing between them and work on that windowing. I know what some of you already said, but quite similar was implemented on the other feature like layout, was special layout to do it. Yes, I agree with that, but this is our first step to create a sync mode where you will be able to sync other series and propagate also zoom level and other features to the series. So it's just we trying to prototype it, how it will be in the future. So live share, this is most of you already know. To these who don't know, this is our new engine to allow collaboration on the MedDream. So if you have MedDream which is exposed to the internet, so you could click the live share button, and in live share button you could activate the live share session. By activating this red button, you activate the live session and it's generate the link. This link could be copied and sent by email to other participants to join the session and discuss on the case. This is also well accepted by our partners, especially from the primary care departments, which do a lot of discussion between specialists. So we get very nice feedbacks on this feature. And the good thing of this feature that we always use 100% quality, because we exchange only actions between the viewports, and the data is rendered on your device with 100% quality, and you see just actions with small latency, because we don't send video streams to your devices, but just actions, and when you have loaded the data, so the latency is minimal. This is how look our first version of oblique mist function. So most of you will say who is tried our 3D model, but it's similar to our 3D model. Yes, I say yes, this is a similar, but it's just different engine. This is end user rendering engine. So it's mean this MPR is no longer depend on the bandwidth like our previous versions. You needed to allocate 4 megabits bandwidth, upload bandwidth to the user to be able to smoothly work with MPR function and do also 3D rendering. So I'm happy to say that this MPR function works well in low bandwidth conditions, and we tested with many of our partners and we get very good feedback. So in the next version later on, we will see it will be significantly upgraded and became the similar functionality like our 3D option. That's why I'm saying that our 3D option temporarily will be needed only for these clients which need server-side rendering to speed up very huge studies loading on the local network, where is bandwidth not a problem. But if we speak about outside of the hospital diagnosis, so I don't see any other alternatives like our missed oblique version. So this was a little bit about our past version, which I hope finds you well. Maybe some of you already listened to it previously, but now we speak about the latest news which happened over the summer. What's new? So let's see. First of all, about certification. As many of you know, the UK already go out from the European Union, so I'm happy to say that our team was able to register our product already in UK, and it's fully registered, and you have possibility to work on UK market. Also, we in the process of registration to Switzerland, because we was not able to go in the same speed like MDR requirements ask. So they also was excluded, and now you need to pass the registration on Swiss separately. So our team already submitted all documentation, and we expect before the new year or just first month of the next year to be fully certified for the Swiss market too. Another important change, which is really significantly affect our partners, you need to check about the certification. So our product moved in the Europe to the higher class of certification to class 2B, and we are certified by the new MDD. So this means that our product fully compliant with all newest regulations in Europe, and the class 2A is not anymore valid. So all our newest versions is class 2B, and all your documentation regarding our product certification must be replaced at your repositories, because if you planning to attend in the tender, so you must use our newest certificates. Also we have, if we speak about all the certificates, we have FDA, we have a certification in Russia. Also we have Singapore. Now I'm switching to very new topic for Softneta. We always collaborated with artificial intelligence companies, but maybe not exposed so clearly to our partners, what companies we fully support. Since this year, we starting new campaign with artificial intelligence companies to support them by our product, giving them possibility to work and present on the web the algorithms. And for that, we asking possibility to get from them test reports, but our product fully and correctly present the annotations and heat maps, which we are doing. So I'm glad to say that at this point we have already 9 companies which fully confirmed that our product fully is compatible with this artificial intelligence to present them correctly on the viewport. So you could contact them. Also, if you don't have contacts of these companies and you would like to be introduced to them, so just write to our team and we will introduce you to these companies if you like to investigate and dive more deep what these algorithms do. Yes, and our goal is try to grow as fast as possible these numbers of artificial intelligence companies which could be combined together with MedDream. This we expect will be available on our web page. We like to create a new section in our web page with supported artificial intelligence companies, where all the companies which is tested our product and ensured that the product works correctly will be presented, and you will be able to select any of them to be partners of yours. Yes, so let's now switch to the features which is coming in version 7.8. So I will try to stop on the most important features. Later on, we will have also some screenshot of these features. The nice feature, which is actually really demanded from some of our clients. So we created a possibility to filter users and create some access rights to data. So of course, this is still work not perfectly, but in some cases, you could really use separate data sheets for separate users. For detailed use cases, you need to contact our integration department because this feature is very new one and still a fresh one. But as I know, already exists some beta versions for testing. So you could contact our team and try to check maybe some of your security issues could be overcome by this feature. Another very nice feature, which is really demanded, and this is also beginning of our new road, this is a clipboard copy. The clipboard copy at this point is focusing only on images. So when you create some image with annotations, you could easily click clipboard copy, and this image from your viewport with all settings like windowing, like annotations will be copied to clipboard, and you could place it in your reporting system. This is very, very, very nice feature, which probably in future will lead to possibility to copy also the measurements to clipboard, test the numbers, and paste in your reports automatically. This is the first steps of clipboard copy. Yes, another very nice feature for the also which continuing our improvement in performance, we created also possibility to, for several MedDream on one cluster, use one caching files. So what it gives? So it gives if you have different MedDream for different users with different settings, you don't need to duplicate the cache for these MedDreams. So it significantly reduces the amount of cache data which you need on your servers and keep the same performance on the MedDream as you would create it with separate cache for them. So this is also very, very, very attractive feature which will come. We have some modified plugins for the PaxDB checkups. So for these PAX partners which use our MedDream, this could be also some improvement on the performance if you will more dive in this engine. Another feature, ellipse ROI propagation. This is also later on we will see. And maybe the final very important feature is a multi-frame CT MRI study. Around 3-4 months, we could start getting intensive complaints from our partners that new devices appear on the market, mainly CT MRI studies, which is saving data not in the old standard, which is saving by one image presented, but creating a multi-frame studies. And in this case was no possibility to use multi-frame or scroll fast or do a measurement. So in new version, this problem will be overcome. And also the last one is an oblique mist function. So it will be created 100% functionality, same like in our 3D option, even including 3D models. The main features, of course, which will be visible to our end users, so it means to hospitals, which they will feel immediately. So it's a copy to clipboard, insert picture into report, copy ellipse, advanced MPR, and segmentation. The segmentation will be very important for these companies which work with artificial intelligence or which trying to build a segmented databases for studies. Later on we will see. So these tools will be very powerful for you to create your own databases with segmented data. So let's see how we look the copy to clipboard mechanic. So copy to clipboard will be very simple. On the right corner on top, you will have copy button. You just click button. This automatically copy to your clipboard, and you have copied image with your data, and you could place this image in the reporting. And this feature is already tested, working for a few pilot clients, which was on the huge demand of it. And I'm happy to say that yes, our team was able to do this. And this is first step on the measurement, also copies and other stuff. So please also keep in mind but you could contact us and discuss about possibility to extend these features if it's really critical for your business. Another ellipse propagation also copy to clipboard. So you could do several things. You could copy it to clipboard and then again paste on another image. This is also very nice feature for these who like to see immediately in the same place the ROI with the measurements. Yes, and now we're coming to the most advanced feature which will be in the next version. This is a Segmentation Boundary Box tool. This tool is semi-automated. So when you, maybe I will switch better to the video. So this will give you better overview. Yeah, so let's open the study. So here, as you see, we have MR study, which we are doing preload. You could see a performance improvement. If in the past it would be taken us minutes, now it's taking seconds. So we selecting a series on which we like to use a boundary box feature. So here is the head. So now we scrolling through the series, finding the field of interest. Yes, zooming in the right level and selecting boundary box feature. So this is automatically switching us to the MPR viewport. And now you are making the crosshair to be perfectly in the same locations on all of the projections. And you selecting boundary box. When you place boundary box, it's automatically presented on all of the axials and sagittals series, and you have possibility to correct this automated propagation if the mistake is appear. So as you see in this video, the doctor correcting the boundary box. So yes, even rotation is allowed. So you could 100% cover the interested place. This tool could be also very well used for the artificial intelligence trainings and segmenting the data for these tasks. So now you could also do a few lesions. As you see now, the doctor saved one lesion, and this lesion is also presented on other projections. You see, doctors could find the projections, and also he is able to create also automated view in this and then save it. Also, its possibility to work on one study by several doctors, and they will, as you see, create different lesions. And these lesions will be marked by colors, and doctor immediately can correct or do a different series, and it will be visible all of these lesions. This is already used by the company, and we had already some trial sessions. This is accepted very well. Yes, so let's switch back to the presentation. So this is how the boundary box mechanic works. I hope you saw it. Here is a totally new feature, is also based more on the manual work. We call this function free draw tool. So the free draw tool, the doctor will be able to draw the custom drawings on the study, and these drawings will be needed to be propagated on the every slice and corrected. But after you create the whole stack of these free drawings, you could save it, and the stack will be saved in your PAC system, with possibility to use for other systems, for 3D modeling, for calculation of lesions, for calculation of tissue. And the usage of this is also artificial intelligence, clinical trials, any system which need the segmented organs. So this is a very powerful tool, which is also planning to be released before RSNA. Yeah, this is how we look our final version of Oblique Mist with new design and with 3D. As you see, all of the same functionality will be presented as we having now in our 3D modeler. And this is, as I said, at least for 2 years will be no separately priced. So this gives us really for our partners flexibility. If in the past these prices of 3D option was really significant and stopped maybe some projects or business cases, so we listen your complaints and created this oblique mist function. What we think about our 3D modeler, we still think that it's have some value for these clients which work on local network and want to work with the very huge studies. Plus, we planning maybe to upgrade with our 3D engine by adding another function, but this is still not decided, and we not able to promise something. Yes, so this is how my presentation looked today. Now we come to the question session. We have now several questions which arrived before the session. So I believe, Renata, maybe you could read questions and I will try to answer them.
Yes, of course, Vytautas. Thank you. And first question is United States mammography plugin FDA approval?
Yes, this is a good question. As most of you know, our product in Europe have all certifications for mammography diagnostic, even tomosynthesis. In USA, it's a little bit different topic. We still not certified as a diagnostical tool for mammography. But in our plans is a start certification process just right after the new year. And this is, I would say, almost confirmed. But in our next meeting, which will be in December, we finally confirm this is be included in the next year budget. But I would say from this perspective is 99% it will be included in next year budget, and we will expect to have it on September of 2022.
Next question. Burn DVD, CD, easy.
Yes, so this is also a very good question. This question is always on the table. At this point, we still keep our old strategy because our company focusing on the web technology, on the web accessibility, on the scalability. So to produce a CD viewer for us is still too high cost. So at this point, what we did very easy engine how to collect and start burning, but the CD viewer you need to use from several which exist on the market. If you like, you could also contact our sales department to propose you several CD burners which we are using if we are needing it. So we could really disclose the names of the companies which we using for the CD burning. But yes, in short-term roadmap, we still don't have any works dedicated to create a CD DVD viewer, because we believe that patient portals will overcome the CDs and DVDs, and the patients will access the data through internet, and it's only a matter of few years when every hospital will have own patient portal and patients will access the data through the web. So this is how our vision at this point look.
Another question. Patient portal software.
Yes, the patient portal software is not a topic on Softneta. We still have few basic patient portals which we using in our projects, but we know at least 4 companies which is concentrating on creating the patient portals, and we're using MedDream in the products. So for these who really like to get a patient portal, please also contact our sales team. We will recommend you these manufacturers which creating a patient portals, and you could negotiate with several of them and select the most close company to your vision to use the patient portals.
Okay, another question. Is web streaming of images instead of loading them to host a planned feature?
As I said, we already have both engines. We have a server-side rendering which streams only the image to the front end, to the viewport, and you are working on it, and it works well in the local network. But if we speak about outside, still 4 megabits upload speed for one user when you speak about 100 or even 100,000 users is not a solution. That's why our company mainly focusing on the alternative streaming method, which we stream bits to the end user device, and then all bits collected, you have all data on your device, and you can render data enormously fast without any latency with 100% quality, and this is also save bandwidth. So because when you have all bits on your device, you disconnect the bandwidth. On the server side rendering, the weakness, but you always keep use the bandwidth even if you do only few actions with that study. So you still the stream is collected to you. And our solution use only this bandwidth which needed to stream the actual images or actual series if you select the silent preload. So you could imagine what is significantly optimize the resources needed on the server, on the bandwidth, and this gives a possibility to work on any conditions. That's why our focus is not on the web streaming as the server-side rendering, but on the end-user rendering, because this gives a flexibility to our users and partners.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Next one would be how to improve CT and MR image loading time, best practices.
This is a good question. First of all, you need to use 7.7 version at least. And I hope when the 7.8 version will be released again, you need to update. This is the major way how to improve the performance, because with every new version, we're trying to improve. Another thing you need also, if you deploy the standard version from our web page, 7.7 version, and you still see that performance is still not enough good, you need to contact our integration department or sales. If you don't have the contacts from integration, they will pass your request to our integration team, and then they explain which services you could run. Like, you need to create then a caching, you need to activate a caching, you need to use a silent preload and other features, and combination of these uh, enabled functions will give you significant increase in the speed. But of course, it will take some time for you to read our manuals, to communicate with the team. But if you like to get 100% performance, so you need a little bit invest your time on the communication with our team, because this is still quite new improvements, and they are still on the documentation phase, so still not so clear to read them alone. But definitely our team will find the time to consult all of you which need this 100% quality, because I believe if you just deploy the newest 7.7 version, you get 90% performance. But yes, this 10% could be also significant to improve, but for that you need more deep understanding how the new version works from the service perspective, and enable all services to get 100% quality speed.
Also, one question, the request from the client. The client like to hear MedDream Send-to-Packs should develop in mobile devices for supporting photo camera function and use it for capture medical evidence picture and upload to packs.
Yes, we are actually still discussing about such feature. First of all, we would like to also create some version in the MedDream which would work as a send to pack. So if you have a MedDream in your, for example, in your environment, the MedDream would be able to capture images. But this is still not decided when we try to work on it. And still the send to packs, this is very nice software for the computers and very easy to use. And we know what hundreds and thousands of these applications is deployed yearly, but still is no decision to move on the mobile devices. If some clients would really need it, so I would recommend to contact our sales and speak about amounts, and we could discuss about possibilities to do join in R&D projects to create such functionality in the terms which would suit for our partner. But at this point, this is not on our roadmap.
Another question, are you working on integrated 3D rendering?
Yes, as you saw in my presentation about our MPR mist function. So in this MPR mist function, we will have also second 3D modeling implemented. First is on server side, as you saw. So yes, definitely we're working on that, and we also open to do discussions if some features would be needed for some of our partners on 3D render.
Okay, thank you. And we got one question during the webinar. It is, any future plans for dictation plugin for report generation?
Mm-hmm. Yes, good question. Good question. As we know, for these few clients which tried to use our reporting system in combination with dictation, so it's work even now. But unfortunately, we don't have this expertise working with 3D dictations. But we have several manufacturers which producing just reporting systems, and these manufacturers integrated all reporting tools, all other advanced reporting functions. And in this case, for our partners which need advanced reporting system, which would have all like a recording and other stuff, we really recommend we enclose the list of these companies which produce just reporting and which use our technology. We just enclose them, and we recommend instead of our reporting, use these companies' reporting. Of course, it's extra price, but then you get a professional reporting tools which contains everything which you like to have. And our focus, as I explained, is a viewing, purely viewing, and reporting, and our management system. It's more like advisory. It's more like example what you can do. And yes, for these vendors, of course, which were functionality enough, we are happy to provide it for free because it's already included in the license. But for these companies which need advanced reporting, we would strongly recommend to ask us to enclose you the companies which use our reporting to our MedDream reporting systems, and maybe you will find good enough system for you to work together and to have all these features.
We got one question more.
Yes.
So I'm going to read. Do you have any plans integration with AI?
These artificial intelligence companies already claimed that our product is fully work with them and can present all results of these artificial intelligence. So we already working with artificial intelligence. Yeah, so for medical suggestions, some of these companies, they already do medical suggestions. Again, I will repeat a little bit about artificial intelligence. This is our way. So we planning to every year increase the intensity of our collaboration with artificial intelligence companies. In this perspective, what we creating tools for them to segment databases. So we expect that these artificial companies will take our MedDream, put on their databases, they will segment the data to train the algorithms, and in feedback we will be also get information from them. Is our technology is fully compatible with their results, and we will significantly and constantly improve our viewer in the artificial intelligence support of the annotations and heat maps and also messaging. So this is our focus for the next year and even this year. And the major things, but this year we hope in our webpage to create a new place where you will be able to see the news about the new artificial intelligence companies, which is already claimed, but it's work perfectly with MedDream, and you will have possibility to contact them directly and to use the artificial intelligence on your business cases.
Okay, thank you, Vytautas. And also I want to add from myself, make sure you are getting our newsletters and all the news, new releases, new features, also some new information on our website, like documentation, or this new page will be prepared for AI vendors. We're going to send by newsletter. So thank you everyone, and Vytautas.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Good evening or good morning, depend on your location. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you everyone, and have a nice day or evening. See you on next webinars.